looking at the article titled Kownacki will walk through Wilder's right hand and KO him. Oh dear. Oh dear. Where do I begin? It's a double header. It's a double header. Because we're also looking at Lennox Lewis's statement that I want to see Joshua Ruiz rematch in Mexico. In Mexico. So, it's a double header video. Okay, let's start with the... Which one should we start with? The Lennox Lewis? What's that doing there? What's that doing there? The Lennox Lewis article or the Kownacki? Let's start with the Kownacki, then get into the Lennox Lewis. Double header. Okay, so Kownacki's manager says Kownacki will walk through Wilder's right hand and KO him. Interesting theory. Very interesting theory. So, without much further ado, it's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Let's get into it. Okay, so a reporter expressed concern late Saturday night about what would happen if Adam Kownacki can't tighten his defense before he fights Deontay Wilder. As a matter of fact, let's start first of all with the fact that Deontay Wilder, remember, Deontay Wilder was saying that his schedule was, when he was asked previously before the Madison Square Garden massacre of Anthony Joshua, when he was asked before that if he would be available to fight Joshua if they made it 50-50, he said, you'll recall, he said, well, no, we have things in line. We have plans in order. Remember that? And those plans were Luis Ortiz first, and then Adam, Big Body Kownacki. That was the plan. You will recall. Okay, so now let's get into it. And Deontay Wilder was ringside to commentate on the Kownacki v. Arreola fight. Okay, so now that's the backdrop. Okay, so the mild-mannered Kownacki acknowledged that he needs to work on moving his head and slipping punches. His manager, Keith Connolly, gave a more assertive answer following the Polish-American contenders' 12-round unanimous decision victory over veteran heavyweight Chris Arreola at the Barclays Center. His manager, Keith Connolly, said, he'll take the right hand from Wilder and he'll walk through him and he's going to knock him out. Connolly said during the post-fight press conference, that's what's going to happen. He's going to knock Wilder out. Interesting. Very interesting. Connolly's confidence stems from Kownacki's obvious ability to take a punch and his relentless nature of offense and the power of his own right hand. The power of his right hand, I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll get into that in a second. The 30-year-old Kownacki will likely have to win a couple more bouts before he's in position to challenge Wilder, the unbeaten WBC champ. So, by then, the WBC heavyweight champ should theoretically have back-to-back wins over Luis Ortiz. That's fine by Connolly because Kownacki proved on Saturday, according to him, that he is a draw in his native Brooklyn. An announced crowd of 8,790 attended the first card he headlined at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. I think Adam has proved that he's a franchise at Barclays. He's a franchise? What the hell? You know, the place was packed. I've never seen so many red shirts in my life. It was honestly one of the best atmospheres I've experienced. Okay, forget about that. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit better matching, better matching for him. I think a fight with Deontay Wilder in this building would be sold out. Okay. So I've got to keep working on it, Kownacki said. I've worked on it for this fight. I don't know. Maybe as much as I should have. I don't know if I worked on it as much as I should have. What's he talking about? He's talking about he needs to address his next training camp. Worked on it for this fight. I didn't show it as much as I should have, but hopefully next time it'll be a little bit better. I'll surprise you guys. A lot better. I'll train a lot better. Be more crisp. What's he talking about? His right hand or his defense? What's he talking about? His right hand or his defense? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into my analysis. Okay, so Kownacki is simply too hittable. He can hit, yeah, but he's simply too available. His head is too available, and he's not walking through the right hand. Look, he's open. He's too open. He's too open. He's too open. He gets hit too often. He is not going to, that's the right hand of Areola, yeah. Many people have walked through the right hand of Areola. He is not walking through the right hand. This is Washington. So, that's clever matchmaking. Areola fought Wilder. Gerald Washington fought Wilder. That's sensible matchmaking. Had Dillian Whyte not got in the mess that he's in right now, I would have been advocating and had started to advocate that he started picking off ex-Wilder cherries. But, you know, well, Dillian's in a pickle right now, so that's a different story. But yeah, Kownacki, simply too available. He's not walking through the right. Another one. Spilka, another Deontay Wilder. Well, I'm not going to call him a cherry because he gave Wilder hell. But another conquest of Deontay Wilder. You see what they're doing with Kownacki? Yeah, that's what they should have been doing with Dillian Whyte. Feeding him X's. Deontay Wilder X's. My conclusion, Kownacki. It's late. It's not that late. I'm about to eat my dinner. I got my dinner on my mind. I can smell it. Spicy mince, spicy artichokes. Yeah, I put the spice on myself. You know, I love to cook. What else? Yeah, I got a little bit of sushi on the side. Don't question my judgment. It's good. It'll taste good, trust me. Yeah, Washington, 6'5". Kownacki, what is he, 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", or 6'4". Yeah, simply too available. You will get knocked out. Pure and simple. Good shot. This might be the thumbnail. I like that. Okay, that's the story of Kownacki. Simply too hittable. And they know it. His handlers know it. That's why they're lining him up. Simply too hittable. Okay, next topic. Final topic. Lennox Lewis's statement that I want to see Joshua Ruiz rematch in Mexico. Okay, I'm not even going to read the article too much because the title is self-explanatory. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. Am I going to cut to the chase? Yeah, I'm going to cut to the chase. Ruiz is contractually obliged to give Joshua an immediate rematch at the venue of Joshua's choosing. So far, Ruiz has scoffed publicly at facing the Olympic gold medalist winner on his home turf of the United Kingdom. Their first fight took place in New York. When asked about his preference for the host country, Ruiz had a completely different position, stance, idea, notion. You know where I'd really like to see this fight? In Mexico, baby, said Ruiz. Why not? It's the first time in history we have a heavyweight champion from Mexico. I would have never thought that was possible. But to see Andy Ruiz do it in such fine fashion, why not? Give the fans in Mexico a chance to see the fight that didn't get a chance to come. What? Give the fans in Mexico a chance to see the fight. I hate how to write these things poorly. I just have to make up my own words. Give them a chance to see the fight they didn't get a chance to see because it was in New York. Those were Lennox Lewis's words. And let me just cut to the chase and get into my analysis. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so Lennox Lewis was one of my heroes as a youth, as a young man coming up. I lived through the era of seeing him smashing Tyson. This was his last fight, wasn't it? Vitaly Klitschko. Yeah. I lived through that era. I lived through the era of watching him collect the belts, becoming unified champion, undisputed. I don't think he held the IBO, but the WBO, but the WBO was the new kid on the block. So that didn't count. He was undisputed. Some dispute that. But at the time, he was viewed as undisputed. WBO belt was just a new kid on the block, like I just said. I lived through the era of watching him lose to Hasim Rahman in South Africa. That was an altitude issue. And also he was working on one of the Ocean 11 films. Yeah, so concentration was off. Lived through the year of seeing him get knocked down and the referee getting up and the referee calling it off, which is the right decision by the ref. But it wasn't really so much Rahman as the fact that Lennox had not prepared for the altitude. That's his fault. But anyway, I lived through the year of seeing that and being disappointed and waiting, anticipating the rematch because I knew Lennox would come good. I lived through that era of seeing him come back and crack Rahman in one of the most devastating KOs we've seen. Just one hitter, quitter, boom, and he was out. Lived through the era of seeing him punish another favorite of mine, Mike Tyson. Absolutely punished him, beat him down. I lived through the era of seeing Lennox Lewis get robbed. It was called his first fight with Evander Holyfield was called a draw. It was over in America, when everybody had Lewis winning that one. I lived through the era of watching him come back and beat Evander Holyfield, another one of my heroes, another guy that I looked up to. Incredible. Look at that jawline. Still fit as a fiddle. How old is he now? Late 50s? Fit as a fiddle. Damn, an inspiration. Yeah, this guy, Lennox Lewis, whoops. Well, these guys, the new generation, whoops them, send them home to their mommy, crying. And so it's very, what's that guy from the Chappelle Show, the crackhead from the Chappelle Show? Lennox Lewis beat this guy till he looked like the crackhead, beat Rahman till he looked like the crackhead from the Dave Chappelle Show. Look at that. No disrespect to Hasim. Oh no, what are we going into that for? Okay, so that's the last one. Okay, my assessment. Lennox Lewis now works for PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. And that's what he speaks. He speaks on their behalf. His words, his utterances. It's PBC talk. So it's sad for me to see one of the greats uttering PBC rhetoric. Lennox Lewis would want that fight in a place that was advantageous to himself. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. It's nonsense talk from Lennox Lewis. Sad for me to say that. He's one of my inspirations in boxing. But that is the bottom line. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. It's the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with notifications.